I thought I was doing great when I finally trained my dog to relieve himself outside, and not on the carpet. He's still working on that sit and stay thing, but I think he's the best dog in the world. However, there are some canines who are really special. Prepare to be amazed by this list of the top 10 most incredible dogs in the world.
Amazing!
Number 10. Loyal dogs. Sometimes I get lost on my way to the bathroom, so I can't imagine traveling 2,500 miles without a GPS or even a car. But that's what Bobby the collie-shepherd mix did in 1923. While traveling with his family in Indiana, he became separated from them. They searched all over, hoping to find their beloved family pet, but eventually accepted that he was lost for good and sadly went home to Oregon. A few months later, Bobby showed up at their home, much thinner, but still excited to see them. It appeared he had walked the entire way, crossing thousands of miles, including rough terrain like mountains and deserts. The story was so impressive, Bobby later played himself in a movie. Meanwhile, in Edinburgh, Scotland, a Staffordshire Terrier, also named Bobby, was so loyal that he guarded the grave of his deceased owner for 14 years, never leaving, until he eventually died as well. There's now a commemorative statue of the dog in Edinburgh. In Japan, a Shiba Inu dog named Hachiko was in the habit of waiting for his owner at the train station. Unfortunately, his owner died at work one day and never stepped off the train again. Out of loyalty, Hachiko returned to the train station every day at the same time anyway. People gave him food and treats, and by the time he too died in 1935, he had become a symbol of loyalty in Tokyo. Number 9. Dancing Merengue Dog. A Chilean golden retriever named Carrie is so good at merengue dancing with her human companion, Jose Fuentes, that she's become a viral video sensation. Although it may look uncomfortable, Fuentes says she always liked walking on her back legs and swinging her arms or front legs around. Starting when she was a puppy, he began teaching her tricks and dancing with her to amuse his family members, and was amazed at how quickly she learned complicated dance routines. The two became famous after appearing on a talk show. Carrie isn't a one-trick puppy. She can also do salsa and cumbia dances. Number 8. Pip the Pug. Pip the Pug is the current contender for the smallest dog in the world. The tiniest in her litter, she was born with a cleft palate and suffered several bouts of pneumonia as a puppy. Now 4 months old, she weighs just under a pound and stands a little under 4 inches tall. Joanne Astley, Pip's human companion, says she must be the smallest pug in Britain, if not the smallest dog in the world. Despite her early bouts with pneumonia, Pip is now healthy, and veterinarians believe her size is due to some innate growth problem. Astley says Pip may be small, but she has a big character. Previously, the Guinness Book of World Records granted the title of smallest living dog to a Chihuahua named Millie, who is 3.8 inches tall. Another dog named Heaven Sent Brandy has the record for the smallest dog in terms of length, measuring just 6 inches end to end. Number 7. Dog Escape Artists. Many dogs are canine escape artists, and this dog is no exception. Maggie was staying in a pet kennel that also sometimes houses rescued animals until they can find permanent homes. She heard some puppies from a local rescue crying, and as you can see, she decided to go comfort them. Maggie cleverly escaped her kennel, then rushed to the puppies. When the shelter owner found her, she let Maggie room with the puppies until her family came back to pick her up. Not to be outdone, a Great Pyrenees named General unlocked the door of the kennel where he was boarded, then opened 2 more doors to escape. His owners were frantic when they learned he was gone, but fortunately he was found safe about 15 hours later and returned to his family. General is probably an appropriate name for this dog, who I suspect could escape from Fort Knox if he put his mind to it. Number 6. Dogs that do chores. Border Collies are known for their intelligence, and this one is so smart he even knows how to do laundry. I wish I could teach my roommate that trick. And maybe I should just adopt this dog, who appears to be really good at doing chores. He can even fetch his human a cold beer from the fridge. Now that's a good dog. Similarly, this Russian canine will do anything for a treat. Watch as he fetches a bottle of vodka from the car. But those dogs have nothing on this next one, a clever pooch cleaning up its own waste. So by the looks of it, not only does he walk himself, he sweeps up his own doggy waste with a modified pooper scooper. Number 5. Chaser the Genius. An 86-year-old retired psychology professor decided to see just how much he could teach his border collie Chaser. Working with her 5 hours a day, he's taught her to recognize more than 1,000 different toys, including hundreds of cloth toys, balls, and plastic toys. Each one has a unique name, and Chaser knows them all. Not only does she know more than 1,000 different words, more than the average 2-year-old toddler, she also knows the difference between nouns and verbs. For example, Hilly says she can tell the difference in commands between pawing something and putting her paw on something. Even bonobos, a primate much closer related to humans than dogs, can't do the things Chaser can. However, Chaser isn't the only smart dog out there. Some biodetection dogs are capable of sniffing out cancer in humans. Due to their sharp olfactory sense, which is 40 times better than a human sense of smell, dogs can detect various cancers. In one study, dogs detected cancer in breath samples taken from lung cancer patients more than 70% of the time. Researchers are even trying to develop an electronic nose that would work like a dog's nose to improve cancer detection rates. Number 4. Everyday hero dogs. These 3 heroic dogs have all rescued babies. Hui is a Thai Bangkyu who found a newborn baby girl at a garbage dump in Bangkok. The baby was in a plastic bag, which the dog carried home. He then barked loudly until he got the attention of his human, Gumner Dongmak, who took the bag and discovered the premature baby inside and rushed her to the hospital. Another hero dog is Toby, who gave his human, Debbie Parkhurst, the Heimlich maneuver. Sort of, when she choked on an apple in 2007. When he saw she was choking, he jumped on her chest, forcing the food out of her windpipe, for which he later received the ASPCA Dog of the Year award. Then there's Eve the Rottweiler, who pulled her human, a paraplegic named Kathy, from a burning truck after an accident. She dragged her to a ditch, where she was just clear of the ensuing explosion. There's one more hero dog worth a mention, a cattle dog in Australia named Max, who is deaf and partially blind. His 2-legged family had a 3-year-old daughter named Aurora who got lost in the woods one day. Max stayed with her the entire time, pulling her towards the lights and keeping her safe from harm for more than 15 hours, until he was finally able to lead her to rescuers. Afterwards, he was given the title of Honorary Police Dog. Number 3. Amazing War Dogs. Many military dogs have led distinguished careers. In 1925, Balto and Togo were 2 famous sled dogs who helped deliver a shipment of antitoxins to Nome, Alaska during a diphtheria outbreak. Balto even got a statue in Central Park commemorating his bravery. Meanwhile, Sergeant Stubby, a Bull Terrier Pit Bull mix, was the first dog ever promoted to the rank of sergeant for combat in World War I. A former stray, he served in the 102nd Infantry after his human, John Robert Conroy, smuggled him into France when he deployed. Conroy's superiors probably made him drop and give him 20 for that, but Stubby's sharp sense of smell and hearing proved useful to the unit. He would alert them to incoming gas attacks and rescued multiple wounded soldiers. Stubby earned his promotion to sergeant by sniffing out a German spy, grabbing him by the trousers, and holding him there until soldiers could arrest him. Today, many military dogs undergo extensive, rigorous training. Some, like this dog, train to become multi-purpose canines, or MPCs, and are deployed to work with the Navy SEALs. They learn skills like climbing down ladders, and later many of them parachute out of planes or rappel down from helicopters. And to think, I can't even get my dog in the bathtub. Number 2. Driving dogs. Some dogs, like this Doberman driving a golf cart, have even mastered the art of driving. No word on what his backswing is like though. Meanwhile, Porter is a dog who has driven cars on a closed course. After being seatbelted in, he puts the car into gear, holds the wheel steady with his paw, and even executes a turn when instructed to do so. He also refrains from hanging his head out the window and focuses on his driving. Now, if only I could get my dog to pick me up like this after a night out. Before I reveal the most amazing example, I'd like to remind you to subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. We upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated, or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it. Number 1. Huge dogs. Some dogs are known for their incredible size. Look at this Tibetan Mastiff, pictured with a human for comparison. Although I suspect this dog has at least a few inches of hair, there's still a massive canine under all that fluff. In China, some customers will pay as much as $3 million for a Tibetan Mastiff, so valued because many Chinese people believe it is the fiercest dog in the world. It's not hard to see why, considering its appearance. I think it looks like the love child of a lion and a bear. However, the canine who earned the title of tallest living dog in the world is a Great Dane named Freddie. He stands at almost 3 feet 5 inches tall and lives in Essex. Believe it or not, he was once the runt of his litter. His human family spends more than 10,000 pounds a year feeding Freddie and his sister Fleur, and they have also destroyed more than 20 couches. Now, if someone could just teach this tall dog to play basketball, he could be a viral internet sensation and pay his family back for all the food and destroyed furniture. What's the most incredible dog story you know? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.